Have you ever thought about finding your next interior designer online? I'm Peter in New York City.
And I'm Ariana in Seattle, and you're watching Shelter. Now, today we're going to be telling you everything you need to know about online design, also known as virtual design and e-design. Now, this is a new trend that we're seeing in both retail companies as well as online interior design firms. So we're going to be giving you a rundown of all the top companies and the pros and cons that you need to be aware of before making your decision.
Okay, so let's start with retail because I think that's kind of interesting what they're doing now. Places like Restoration Hardware, they offer an interior design services for free if you're a member. Their membership is $100 a year, and that also helps you with samples and deliveries. Now, they offer the service in all their locations, and they do have a large department with actual interior designers working there full time. What they do is they design a room with pieces from Restoration Hardware as well as some of the pieces that you already own. So you don't have to buy the entire room from Restoration Hardware. There is also Our House, which is a lesser price place that also offers you an interior design service free with no membership. You can visit them when they open. Obviously, right now they're only working online. But right now, you can chat with somebody on their website and then work from there. So, the third one that I want to mention is Design Givers, which is a website that combines interior design with charity work. Now, Design Givers started when we started this corona pandemic, and what they have done is group designers from all over the states. They started in New York, but now they have grown into all designers from all over, including actually designers from Canada and from Brazil. And what they're doing is they're selling the services. You get 30 minutes with a designer online, whether it's on Zoom or FaceTime, and it's $150. And those $150, Design Givers donate to a food bank. So you're getting a great service, but you're also helping, which I think it's really fantastic. Now, the great thing about this is that you get to talk to people like Annette Jaffe or even Douglas Clark, who normally charge $250 an hour. You get to talk to them online. Yes, it's 30 minutes, but I think you can get a lot done in 30 minutes, especially if you're finishing a room. So that might be a good way, and it's also for a great cause. So I think that is a fantastic idea.
Now, I was looking into another aspect of this online interior design business, and there are actually a lot of companies out there right now who are doing interior design totally online in the virtual realm. So how this works is you're going to take measurements, take pictures of your room, send it into the company. You're going to fill out a survey online about the uses for the room as well as your preferences for style, for color. Either you'll be paired with an interior designer or you'll pick your own, and they'll do several online renderings for you, which you can review and decide what you like. And the really cool thing about this is that some of these renderings are completely photorealistic. They're using top of the line 3D software, so you know exactly what your space is going to look like. So the first company, let me just look at my notes here to make sure I get everything right, is Modsy. Now, Modsy has three plans. First, we have a basic for $89 for one room, going up to a premium for $159 and a luxe for $259. The price is great. The next one that I looked into is called Havenly, and this is really a budget-friendly option. Their plans actually start at $79 for a room design. The full plan will offer renderings. And there's a high-end option called Decorist. And its plans run from $300 for a classic up to $1299 for the celebrity package, where you actually get to have your room designed by some really well-known interior designers. So this is definitely a high-end service where you get realistic renderings, a floor plan, and even installation instructions, and a shopping list and free ordering service.
I think that's fantastic. One of the great things about technology is that allows us to do all this other work virtually and also remotely. A lot of designers are working now in offering packages or videos or Zoom sessions. And I think if you go in Instagram and you find a designer that you really like, I would encourage you to send them a message and ask them if they would do a Zoom meeting with you.
I think that's an amazing idea. Now is the perfect time for that. Definitely, you should reach out, especially since most designers are not able to go to in-person meetings right now. I think they're going to be really open to doing things online.
I think what's key also is to have as much information as possible before you go into the session with the designer, right? So to have your measurements, to have photographs of the room, but also have as much information when it comes to inspiration and what is it that you want from the room, which is the most important thing. I think we as designers, we want to know what are you going to do in that room.
One important thing to mention too is that there are some really great things about doing this process virtually, but there are also some drawbacks. This is a really inexpensive way to work with a top designer and get a professional look in your home. But because the designer isn't going to be in your space, this is really for a more cosmetic makeover of the room. They're not going to have a chance to be looking at function. You're not doing a major remodel in this process, right? So there certainly are limitations.
Right, and you're also going to be doing a lot of the work yourself. Obviously, you're basically paying for advice, and so you're going to do a lot of the lead work, and you're going to be having to paint the walls yourself and move the furniture, which could be kind of interesting. I think it could be a learning experience. But obviously, if you are a person that needs more help than that, then this might not be the right thing for you. But if you are a do-it-yourself kind of person, then this is great because you are getting the guidance that you might not necessarily get from, a magazine.
And you can really tailor it to your look as well. You can take what they give you and then run with it yourself. So I think it's a really fantastic way to get a professional to look at your space for a pretty reasonable price.
So if you decide to do it, then let us know. We would love to know about your experience doing online interior design and send us pictures to Instagram. So I'm Peter in New York City.
And I'm Ariana in Seattle, and we'll see you next week on shelter.tv. Bye.